morning, my friends. Hello. I see some people are already here. It's good to see you guys. Daisy. Guten Morgen. James is here. Hello. Here's to a rewarding stream. Oh yeah. How did you finish Camp Nano? How do you feel about finishing Camp Nano, April being over? Yeah, how do you feel in general about your success or your successful writing month? Dilara is here. Good morning. And Daisy. Guten Morgen. I need green tea or black tea. Oh yeah. That's also. Don't you drink coffee in general? Or is it just that you would like to have green tea or black tea? I know some people who don't drink coffee. And our neighbors, for instance, they always drink black tea. Yay, good to see you, everyone. And Chen is here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. How are you? Daisy finished with 36K. Awesome. Was aiming for 60K, but 36K. I mean, that's a lot. That's way more than I wrote. So I think 36K is awesome. A great result. Yeah, it's progress, definitely. You have probably written more than if you didn't make this challenge, and you have to aim high, of course, to get as far as possible or get as many words as possible. So you did that. I don't drink coffee. See, I don't like the taste, but I like the effect caffeine has on me. Yeah. I also try to drink more green tea again because it's just very healthy. Yeah, black tea I seldomly drink. I sometimes drink it with milk, but it's not my favorite. So everyone's taste different, of course. April Nano finished with a little over 43K words. Awesome. Goal had been 10K, so a big win. Yes, so good. So we have two strategies here, both seem to be successful in their way. So Daisy was aiming for 60K, and so really high. I mean, 60K is even more than the usual NaNoWriMo goal, so very high. And James was okay, 10K is fine. And you both got very good results. We both got almost the same result, even in the middle. And Daisy, so I aim for drinks with caffeine that don't taste like burnt water. Yeah. Sweeten it up. It's a good tip. I mean, tea is good too. I add a lot of cream to mine, says Jen, and a splash of flavored cream to finish it off. Ooh, almost like Starbucks quality here. And I'm just drinking it black. Yeah, we had this topic before. I tried that, says Daisy. Still tastes burnt, but with sugar. Yeah, I honestly don't even like sweet coffee. The taste of. I also don't like, for instance, cake with coffee in it. And so the combination of sugar and coffee isn't for me. So yeah, you see, everyone has a different taste buds. So cold brew, I tried that in summer, but I didn't like it. Probably because I drink instant coffee and it's not as strong as the usual coffee. And so, yeah. When I go to Starbucks, for instance, I usually get soy latte. That's what I like if I want to have coffee with some kind of milk. And Emmy is here. Good morning. Tea is yummy, but I have a coffee habit. Me too. I really, just yesterday I said that I really enjoy this first coffee in the morning, the taste of it. And I don't know, I would not want to skip that. The right grounds don't taste like burnt water. Yes, I guess if you invest into quality coffee, there are definitely taste differences, and yeah. But I mean, no one has to drink coffee. So, and the Diet Dr. Pepper habit. Oh, Dr. Pepper. It isn't as available here like Coca-Cola. Yes, true. Here too. We talked, I think, with Michael. We had this talk about Dr. Pepper. I think I tried to find it. I think I found it in one store close by, but yeah, it isn't as available here like Coca-Cola is, and I miss it. I find cold brew to be less acidic than hot coffee, if that's the right word. Yeah, I think I know where you're getting. I really prefer it over hot coffee. So maybe I give it another try in summer. James, to be a writer, oh yeah. You must be a coffee drinker. It's in the contract. Daisy, we have to convince you somehow. If you are interviewed for something, or never ever mention this in your podcast, Daisy, that you're not drinking coffee. People won't take you seriously otherwise. I know people keep telling me different kinds of coffee and beer taste different, but to me they all taste the same. Yeah, with beer, I am also. I think we even had this fun challenge with a friend who was always saying he can taste the difference, different kinds of beers, and so he had to be blindfolded and drink different kinds of beers because we were like, you cannot really tell the difference, but he could. So yeah. I hate, yeah, we never tell this to German people. No, that's not really true. But it's so funny. My friend from the Czech Republic, she's very proud of their beer. So she's always making jokes about German beer that it doesn't taste as well as Czech beer. So, Daisy, it's weird being in the metal scene and not drinking beer. Oh, I can imagine that. I drink blood. Blood. Okay, so first the card, and then we jump into the first sprint. We got the wheel today. I found this interesting because yesterday I talked about sometimes how we struggle with making decisions, and I think the wheel is kind of hinting at we don't have to be maybe too serious about our decisions sometimes, or even we will never be able to predict the future, although we always think kind of in our head like, yeah, everything will go on and on as we are used to it, and maybe we are not happy about it, maybe we are, but life will throw things into our path. So what I want to say, maybe sometimes it's not as important what decisions we make because every path is good for us. I don't know how to say this. And life will have surprises for us, good and bad, but we grow with all of them. So we'll see. I usually hold out for O negative, a very neutral flavor. Other types have their place, but O negative is it is add. So now we're talking about the different flavors of blood. Okay. Basically, all decisions are wrong, Emmy. Or all decisions are right. I know some people who really struggle with this. Even, I mean, with some decisions, of course, you have to think about and ponder, but even with small decisions like which restaurant to go to, they really struggle with making those decisions because with the fear of missing out when they choose the wrong one, and for those people, maybe it's good to, don't take those decision makings too hard so much. Oh, yeah, it's a cool card. The wheel. The worst decision is the decision you refuse to make. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Ooh, we can ponder about this in our first sprint. Yeah, but this is really a good to avoiding decisions, yeah, yeah, that's also something I tend to do sometimes. Okay, that's our first sprint now. Enjoy the warm up. Okie dokie, that was our warm-up sprint. How did everybody do? I used the sprint to chat with my daughter, drink coffee, and I opened up my document, but other than that, I didn't really work on it yet. Yeah, but my daughter is now on her way to her internship, and now no one's left in the apartment aside of me, and now I can, start working, hopefully. Loretta joined us. Hello. I don't know if she's still here because she's actually sleepy and said she might not stay long. But I had to at least drop in and say hello, which is really, really kind of you to think of us. This was a fun comment from James. Nice of you to decide to join us. Oh, did I miss some? Oh yeah, I missed some comments from Daisy because I was chatting with my daughter. Oh yeah, we talked about decision making before we jumped into the sprint, and Daisy said she's also one of those people who struggle even with those smaller decisions, like what restaurant to choose, for instance. And Daisy said that's actually why we have all those chocolate bars at the cashier in a grocery store. Because after carefully choosing products, we are tired of making decisions. Oh, so we just grab some instead of deciding not to. Or judges in court are sometimes giving varying sentences for the same crime. Makes total sense when there is this decision fatigue. For instance, speeding tickets in the same area based on when during the day they have court hearings. Oh yeah, that's really fascinating. And must be it's not good for people who want objective decisions in court, yeah. I mean, that's the human side of us. And I immediately think of, because Amy just talked about ChatGPT in the chat, will we maybe see also some AI help here in court, with maybe not making the final decision, of course, but with presenting, at least in the direction the sentence should go, like I can totally see this happening. I read that a lot of the lawyers' jobs, or all the people that work for lawyers might vanish in the future, because AI will be a lot faster with getting all the information you need as a lawyer together, So yeah, interesting. The value of maintaining a simple life with few wants. Also, by like I said, daily routine. The basics take care of themselves, saves my choice for fun stuff. Fun stuff like what book to read next. But I think you have a real strict routine, don't you? I mean, you have to go to your night shift. So, right, this kind of sets all the patterns or routines for the rest of your days and nights. But yeah, I also, I've been thinking about decisions, and sometimes the pressure decisions put on us, or we put on ourselves because of decisions. And I thought of what it would be like if, for instance, I had a husband that was really like, I make all the decisions, you will have to do what I tell you. If for some people this would be a relief, like I don't have to think of anything. But of course, this would have a lot of negative sides as well. So it's good that we can make decisions, although with this freedom comes the struggle, of course, of having to make the decision. So yeah. But coming back to Emmy, I wanted to ask you how your live stream went yesterday for your Patreon. I remember that you said that you wanted to do a live stream after my stream. So I hope you had fun. And then Emmy shared, I just wanted to share yesterday, I tried to make ChatGPT to determine my objective personality type. I have not even thought about using ChatGPT like that, and got it right. And then we followed with conversation and such as advice on routine and so on. I think that's so cool. I basically said if ChatGPT can ask me questions to help determine my objective personality type. Then I listed 6 questions, which I answered and made a conclusion. I love that idea. And it comes back to this, what we need to learn is how can we get AI or like ChatGPT to do what we specifically want. You have to sometimes be really specific how you ask them a question so that AI is really useful for you. And I think that's a fun thing to do and try. It is kind of better in a way where I could answer questions in loose sentences and not rigid yes or no. Oh, yeah. So you really could write a text as an answer to the question. Oh, yeah, true. That's a lot better, probably. I don't know. From the perspective of a scientist, I don't know. It's more qualitative answering than quantitative, or however this is called in English. Yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. I really would love to be on the side of the people who develop the AI tools, ChatGPT, for instance, and what they do. I want to know what they do with all this material they get from our interactions with ChatGPT, for instance. Because I think ChatGPT learns from what we're putting in there, and I'm pretty sure the people on the other side are also often very surprised what's even possible. I don't know. That's why it's so scary for even the people that are developing it. And like, yeah, my brother-in-law works in the, can I say, chip industry, and he says there's a lot of cool and awesome stuff to come because everything will be, they're working on stuff that everything will be even faster. And I don't know, I cannot put into words what he told me, but just he himself was also very excited about what's happening with Google. And yeah, there's even more potential than we even think of. That's why probably a lot of people are like, maybe we should slow down a bit. Daisy made tea. Awesome. I think it won't be the last time that we're talking about AI here. It's so it's just so fascinating. Dilara, I read on the terrace. Oh, that sounds so good. I'm reading This Is How You Lose the Time War. Oh, This Is How You Lose the Time War. You are reading such cool books all the time. Do you actually share what you're reading on social media or somewhere? I have the feeling I always write down the titles of your books that you're reading. So This Is How You Lose the Time War. I think this is really cool. And then you could share on Instagram, for instance. In the background you have all the Antalya vibes, or living in Turkey vibes. It would be really cool. For me, I would find this very cool. But maybe you're already sharing and I just missed it. Emmy, I think it can really help with things like screening and triage and so on. Oh, yes, as well. I think there's, I always also see some danger there, with triage, for instance, those decisions. Probably there should be a human on the side and also have a look as well. If, for instance, these people should be treated later and those first, but definitely it would be good to have an objective, non-emotional device that kind of gives a pathway at least. I don't know. Super interesting, yeah, says Daisy. James reminds me of how baseball is experimenting with having automated calls on balls and strikes. Baseball is experimenting with having automated calls on balls and strikes. I don't really understand, honestly. Probably because I don't watch and have no idea about baseball and how it works, the rules and everything. But yeah, I mean, what about those people who are gambling? Could they use AI to their advantage? Or, like probably they already use computers and try to calculate the estimates of things happening. But yeah, Emmy, I want to try it now. It sounds like talking to God. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I want to try it too. Daisy, well, AI can already help make decisions based strictly on maths for doctors. Was very important during COVID. Triage. Oh, see, they already used it. The doctors make the decision. The AI is providing data and gives tips. Yeah, that's also, yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. So they already use it. And our job service center has killed their AI again because it was just as biased as the people working there. Yeah, that's the risk. Yeah, definitely. We already had some bad examples in social media as well. What happens if you let AI run free without rules, Yeah. I mean, it went okay. It is part of me making art while streaming. It is on your live stream. It is on tier 3 where I don't have subscribers at the moment, but I do something I would do anyway. Yeah, I also wanted to ask, how is your experience with Patreon, because I think that's very interesting for all of us who try to find ways to stay in contact with people, maybe also get some support, financial support from fans. And so, yeah, that's interesting. Dilara, I have Goodreads and Storygraph where I share. Oh, I'm also on Storygraph. Maybe I can follow you. Loretta's also on Storygraph. So yeah, maybe we can connect there as well. Daisy, oh, Dilara, my favorite anchorman who's also a singer has a song called How We Lose the War. Now I have it playing rent-free in my head. Yeah, sounds cool. It's a good title, isn't it? We all remember Will Smith's trauma in iRobot because the AI decided to save him and not the child. Yeah, that's why I think the human or a human person is important to that the AI is not making the last decisions should be a rule, for instance. James, the bookies are also using AI to counter what gamblers do. Yeah, makes total sense. Ooh. Oh, yeah, our lives will change, I would say, and fast, probably, with AI. Let's see what's going to happen. So, but first, another sprint. Okay, let's go to the lake. And right there. Enjoy. Okie dokie. That was sprint number 2. How did everybody do? I hope Dilara enjoyed drinking from the boobs cup. Yeah. It's handmade, pink on the outside, blue on the inside. The boobs are very perky. I hope that paints a picture. Yeah, it does. I can imagine you sitting on your terrace with this cup in your hands right now. But it sounds like a fun cup. I want to have one of those too now. And it's handmade. So was this a present from a friend, or is this your husband's cup? I don't know. I want to know more. How did you come into the possession of this extraordinary cup? And I already know which timer I will use next. The beach timer. I got kind of inspired. Oh yeah, you also said the book is not as good, maybe. So you're not sure if you recommend it. It's too vaguely poetic. I like poetic when James Baldwin does it. And still you have a clear story. Okay, so maybe I should write down on my TBR James Baldwin books. Still a great tip. Ooh. Oh, that's so cool. My husband started taking clay pottery lessons and brought this back home. His teacher made it. Oh, that's cool. I love it. And I love that your husband is taking clay pottery lessons. Very cool. So you will probably get a lot of new cups, bowls, all kinds of clay pottery things. Cool, very cool. And I'm also guessing it's really not easy to to create those. Yeah, I don't know even what it's called, this rotating thing, that you can also make clay pottery stuff without this rotating thing. I'm guessing Emmy can tell us a bit more about that. And I'm immediately thinking of the movie Ghost. I think we all always, whenever I'm thinking of pottery, doing pottery, I'm thinking of the movie Ghost. Maybe I'm too old, and not all of you, with Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg. So yeah, but still, I love this. That your husband takes pottery lessons. Anything interesting, Daisy? Yes, we want to know from your chat with ChatGPT. Ooh, we talked about goal setting. It was kind of vague. Yeah. Maybe if you really tell ChatGPT like what your problems are, with goal settings, it can be more specific. Yeah, I think really that's the secret. If you with ChatGPT, to become very specific with what you're asking or what you want from ChatGPT. But I still need to figure out my own goal setting and following through system. I am using Passion Planner and HB90. Oh yes, I remember. So I can't expect AI to fix my scatterbrain. Yeah. Planning. I struggle with it as well. Yeah. I mean, I make things of clay, but not really fancy. But even then, I don't know why I got into this hobby. I should narrow down my hobbies. Yeah, you talked about that. You have so many things, so many ideas, and you just don't even know, what to get rid of. And I don't know. I mean, I think the cool thing about pottery probably is that it's something, but you do a lot of things with your hands, a lot of crafty stuff. Oh, okay. So it's called a banding wheel. The swirly pottery making. See, I learned something new. Banding wheel. Yeah, I don't know who told me that it's really not that easy to to work with that. Yeah, and it's probably very meditative as well. Daisy, you sound so organized. Yes. But this wasn't for me. It's for workbook I'm writing. You want? Oh yeah, I remember you saying that you're working on a nonfiction book with ChatGPT. Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. I just had to read your whole comment, but this wasn't for me. It's for workbook I'm writing, or rather, I make ChatGPT write it for me. Yeah. Yeah, I love the idea of writing with ChatGPT. You give all those your personal insights or your ideas. Like when you think about, for instance, planning or your knowledge, you can kind of tell ChatGPT what to write about. That's cool. No. What does this relate to? Oh, no. Yeah. I feel attacked. But honestly, my organization skills have improved a lot since COVID. I was really bad at it all my life. Oh, that's good to hear. I feel like I have to be somewhat organized because of family, kids, all the things I have to take care of. Maybe that's why I would love to have more space in general and not so much routine. But maybe once the kids move out, I can really just do everything how I want to do it and organize my day how I want to have it, and to my preferences. And then a cool planning tool would be something I could dive into. For now, I feel so restricted with everything that I feel like if I would now also plan my writing more on top of that, it's kind of planned, or I have my routines, but yeah, it's enough for me as it is now. Although I would love to have, play around with planning. It sounds fun to set it up. If I would stick to it, then I don't know. Okay, so let's set up our timer. I don't know, I'll probably have it in another playlist. Where is it? Not here, but here. 40-minute Peaches timer. Just so we have some fun. No. It's so funny. I wonder when my mom watches this, if she will also find it funny that we are now talking with use those Ös everywhere we can. Okay. But no. Oh, first I want to read. I was against routines as well. They felt like a corset to me, but I had to implement routines for my mental health. Yeah. But I was so frustrated. Now I find so much comfort in my routines. Yeah, I can totally see that for me right now, I feel a bit, like you said, pressured and like in a corset. But like I said, it's probably more because there's so much stuff I have to organize each day, or so many routines I have to go through each day with the family life and household chores and all this stuff that's coming up regularly each day, and that kind of bores me. That's why I feel trapped. Yeah, see, but I can see how having a routine for the whole family is constricting and exhausting. Yes, and how this whole work always falls into the lap of the mother. Yeah. Kind of does. Yeah. And then balancing this with my goals in writing, that's sometimes really. But I will have, in the end of May, I will have a little mini writing retreat, like 4 days, and I'm really looking forward to that. That's when I don't have to think of anything related to family routines and can really be like, it's all about me for now. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to that. But for now, let's jump into our 40-minute sprint. Enjoy. Okie dokie. I hope you enjoyed the peachy timer. And don't forget to stretch and drink some water. Move a bit if you sat through the whole 40 minutes. Did I sit through the whole 40 minutes? Yes, kind of. I have to get up. Yeah, how did everybody do? Let me have a quick look at the chat to remind myself. Oh yes, Dilara had this cool thing happening. This Friday, I'm going to something called Women's Moon Circle. It has yoga, meditation, sound healing, and tea ceremony, and Turkish bath. Sounds so good. It's meant to awaken feminine energy. Sounds really good. It reminds me of a friend of mine. She also makes or has a moon ceremony with her daughter whenever there's a full moon, I think. So, and uses those moments with her daughter to talk about like topics like typical women topics, for instance, about your period and stuff that she's the daughter is in the age of my son, so she would be probably 10 years old. So it's all just kind of an introduction of what it might mean for you to be a woman and stuff like that. So also just to have time with her, alone time with her. And I think that's really cool. And what you're going to do on Friday also sounds really, really cool. And fun. Also a bit scary. Honestly, but like you also said, I never did anything like that before, but I'm excited to try and get out of my comfort zone. I also would feel a bit scared before and also be excited about it. So sounds really cool. And also Daisy also said, well, I would love to join that. You must tell us about it next week. Yes, you should. You must. And it sounds witchy. Ooh. And Dilara got some writing done, 696 words total, along with the other sprint. I also moved along my manuscript and already looked into the future of what chapters are coming towards me next. It's okay. It's not as scary. I also moved around some things because while moving through it, I sometimes just realize, that should be here and this there. So and in the back of my mind, I also thought about my daughter because her birthday is coming up. Maybe that's a good question for you guys. So she will be 15 soon, 15 years old, and she reads. She loves to read. Like she loved the Throne of Glass series, for instance. I don't know if you have read it. So I've been thinking about, it's always good to have a daughter that loves to read because that gives me an excuse to buy books for her. So I've been thinking about that. And she's also an artist. So I also have been thinking about cool books like maybe graphic novels or mangas or anything like that out there. The kind of she might be inspiring for artists, like. So that's in the back of my head because her birthday is coming up pretty soon. And I need to, really get going with the presents. I mean, we already have some cool stuff for her. I don't want to talk too much about it, but she probably will never listen to it. So we already have tickets for a concert for her, which she will hopefully enjoy. And so, now I'm thinking of getting some books as well. Emmy is leaving. I will jump off for today. See you all tomorrow. Thanks for spending time with us, Emmy, and I hope you have a great day. I should ask you if you can relax these days because you have time off work, but maybe we can talk about this tomorrow. Daisy, I hear a lot of mothers are celebrating the first period with their daughters, and I find it really lovely. For me, it was like, you will have this every month from now on, forever. Fun being a woman. Ooh, see, here's a good tip. I loved that series. I wonder if she read Ready Player One. I think she saw the movie with my sister. But it's a good tip. It's a very good tip. I have to write this down immediately. Yeah, my daughters also got their periods. Just recently, my second daughter also got her period, and yeah, I'm also always kind of celebrating it with them. Yeah, because it's special in a good and bad way. So yeah, maybe I should also think of what would be a cool present for that. And then I also talked, we talked also about this with my son, kind of course, he knows all of this happening, but I wonder, for instance, in other civilizations, or in, I don't know how to say it, but usually, especially boys, have a kind of ritual that also kind of, I mean, for girls, it's kind of clear they get their period, and that's the start into adulthood, kind of, and becoming a woman or whatever. But for boys, it's not that clear, you know. So we were talking about what makes what is a sign for a boy that he is growing into a man, for instance, that they also need those kind of rituals, and or some kind of rituals maybe to help them feel, okay, I should have more responsibility now for myself and others, and I'm growing into an adult. It's not as clear for them. So yeah, that's an interesting topic, like those moon rituals, for instance. Yes, yeah, it's here in my family as well. I was 11, so, but pretty early. But 10 is really early. I thought 11 is early already, but 10 years old, yeah. And it's kind of a shock, isn't it? Sometimes depends on, yeah, how people or how the parents, for instance, react, or in which situation it happens. And especially when you're so young, you probably, or even your parents aren't ready yet. You know, they probably didn't anticipate you getting your period at that age already. So yeah, a lot of things can go wrong. But I was kind of, because I knew I got it pretty early, I was kind of prepared for my daughters and always talked about them. Also, what they had some, how I say, their bodies already, they had some pains, aches before that. So I was like, maybe that's already a hint at what's coming, you know. So I tried to prepare them for, yeah, yeah. Mm. Yeah, like I said, I still wonder, especially nowadays, what because I have a son as well, how it's going for boys then. That, I mean, not that just because a girl has their period, then okay, that's it. You're a woman now. There's so much more going on with that, but still, maybe boys miss rituals that kind of also. I mean, probably you have is it confirmation in English, when you are a member of the church, or there are rituals that kind of tell children, okay, you're becoming an adult now. Yeah, sorry that I'm talking about this so much, because I just think that's has been going through my mind recently. But let's jump into the last sprint of the day. 20 more minutes. I talked a lot today, I have to admit. But yeah, I love to chat with you guys. Let's get rid of the banner and just enjoy our last sprint together. Oh, I have to share it first. Here we go. Have fun. Okie dokie. That's the end of my stream. It was our last sprint. Thanks a lot for spending time with me. Hi, Carmen. I hope you had a great time with your daughters in the library. Libraries are great places to go to with your kids. And yeah, I will be back tomorrow and hope you have a great time until then. Hopefully, or maybe we will see each other. So yeah, have a great day. Ciao, 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 my friends.